We should just about be streaming on YouTube Live. It's 3:59, almost 4 o'clock on the East Coast here. Let me just make sure we've got our volume down so I'm not getting an echo here. And it is 4 p.m. just right now. So this is 3+ songs for Prometheus. I'm Tom Cooney. It's every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Tom Cooney YouTube Live. Thank you for joining us. We hope you and yours are doing well, being safe, being kind, and being positive as we continue to roll through this pandemic. Vaccinations have increased significantly, but the pace of the pandemic is now very high, back up at extremely dangerous levels throughout most of the states in the United States and in many countries around the world, particularly India. Very dangerous levels, especially with the new variants. This isn't over, folks. Those of you who have been vaccinated, be smart. Don't over-congregate, and make sure you encourage those you know and love to get vaccinated as soon as possible. Again, it is Tuesdays at 4 o'clock. It is 3+ songs for Prometheus. And let's do an intro to the show. I'm going to lean around and look around my laptop and start the go button. And you know what I'm going to do? I'll hit the share screen, then hit the go button. And that is 3+ songs for Prometheus. We are good to go. And that share stops, so you should not have heard that ongoing stuff. Yeah, we're still going live here. We're good. Hey. It is. Oh, yeah. Some days are like this. Gonna have to wrestle with the weight of this thing now. Very easy problem to solve. We will just switch the angle of the microphone. Something new to start the show this week. September afternoon, hoping to share words that just might be too soon. The world a dazzling prism, the sun might hold your face. I can't wait another minute to say what I've come to say. Is this love? I can't remember if it's true. Is this love? Do you feel the same way too? If it's love, there's only one thing left to do. Take my life and take my words. Say I do. Say I do. We stop, I take your hand, I place it on my heart, and I say I'm just an old fool, but I think I found my part. It's to cherish and honor you and make you laugh and sing, and help your dreams come true. I just need to know one thing. Is this love? I can't remember if it's true. Is this love? Do you feel the same way too? If it's love, there's only one thing left to do. Take my heart and take my words and say I do. Say say I do. Brand new song. Started it last July. Got back to it and edited it in the beginning of March of this year, 2021, and I just finished it today, April 20th, 2021. I think that's how it's going to wind up. I'll tighten up the rhythm on that, and I think I'll keep the song short, except for when I get a great instrumentalist I want to play with, like my friend Lou Davis or my other friend Gene Galligan or someone else. Give them room to stretch out and have some fun on the song, and very excited for them to play that. Again, it is April 20th, 420. For those of you who partake, I hope you have a smile on your face today, and I hope your goodie. Hope your goodies are stacked up well in your pantry. Excuse my thing on the microphone here. I've got some counterbalance weight challenges today. I'm going to keep it right about there. Anyway, it is gorgeous here today. We're a full month past spring, and we keep going from cold to somewhat warm in the 60s, back to cold. Today, it's just above 70, one of the rare days. Spring has been cool so far in the upper mid-Atlantic here. And after this warm spell comes through, we've got that big fast clipper system is coming through overnight. There'll be some snow up in the Poconos, and then snow all the way up through New York and New England. And northern New England is looking at significant amounts of snowfall. Oh my, this is just one whacked out spring. But we'll get some cold air behind that. Amazing. But I hope all your spring projects are going well. Hope you and yours are well and staying busy and safe and staying positive as much as you can. And I know it's very frustrating, but we are the vaccine rates are pretty good right now in the U.S. Make sure you get everyone out to get vaccinated. Hey, I've got a vote shirt on today. We're going to talk about that later. There's a big spring primary election coming up May 18th. Got a lot of spring primaries across the country. Pennsylvania's is May 18th, and that's where we'll talk about it later. I don't want to get going on that. So let's get back to some more music. What else is going on right now is the trial of Derek Chauvin. So, and he is the jury is deliberating. So the song I wrote last year in June, it's in honor of George Floyd, victim. Gabe, eyes frozen on my screen. A crime against nature, another protector choking the life from one of God's creatures. While he begged, while he gasped, while he called the ghost of his mother, 3 accomplices looked away as if they were not like the other. He let go of his last breath, commending his spirit home, and in heaven and on earth righteous anger it arose. Now Michael, the archangel, he called forth his heavenly horde, for he knew that the devil is only cast out by the sword. And the angels came upon us, and they washed that heart of stone. Then that rough God, he came riding a blinding light on his justice throne. And the haters and evangelicals cried, well, he's finally come, a friend. But then the light of his truth shot through them, and they were scared to meet their end. Oh, oh. Darkness had many evildoers. They had to use their power and gold to institutionalize their power. Now Michael called forth humankind to shift the balance of the fight. This is your world to save, he cried, and you must ride with us tonight. This is for all. This is for one, for George, Sandra, and Trayvon. It's for the day the knee is on your neck. It's just for it to never happen again. And we rose, one force, one mind, one heart it truly did seem. But then my eyes were opening slowly, as if awaking from a dream. Mouth agape, eyes frozen on my screen. Another crime against nature, another white protector choking the life from one of God's black creatures. While he begged, while he gasped, while he called the ghost of his mother, 3 million accomplices looked away as if they were not like the others. He let go of his last breath, commending his spirit home, and in heaven as on earth, well, righteous anger it arose. Dedicated to the memory and the soul of George and Sandra and Trayvon and everyone. Say their names. Say their names. The epidemic of law enforcement violence against minorities has to stop. It's a problem for everyone. So keep an eye on the verdict. Should be announced this week. I can't imagine there's much to deliberate. Anyway, let's talk about a couple of things this week. So just want to make sure we're here. Let me get my share screen going. There's our share. Hey, our public service announcement for this week is voting. Remember, our site in Pennsylvania is votespa.com. VOTESPA.com. A big, beautiful site there. This is where you can register to vote, check your registration, find your county election office, get news on upcoming events, information, become a poll worker, learn about election security, learn about post-election audits, and get your mail-in and absentee ballots. So you just go and click these buttons. It'll take you right there. So there is May 18th is the primary municipal election here in Pennsylvania. Polls are open on May 18th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. The last day to register to vote is May 3rd. To register or go check that your registration information online is correct. The last day to request a mail-in or absentee ballot is May 11th. You'd better do that now with how slow the Postal Service is right now because of the continued sabotage by DeJoy and others who are still in power there from the previous administration. If you're going to request a mail-in or absentee ballot, do it right now. You should pretty much do that this week. And then you can walk that ballot after you fill it in. You can drop it to a secure mail drop spot or to the election office, etc. If you don't want to go vote in person, for example, if you haven't had your vaccine yet. So these elections are pretty important because these are primaries. This is for who's going to be on the ballot in the fall. So you'll be cleaning out candidates here in the spring. So if there are multiple candidates running for mayor or running for another office, for example, there might be 2 or 3 Republicans. There's a Republican primary that day. You'll pick what Republicans you want. There might be multiple Democrats running for the same office to become the Democratic nominee in the fall to run against the Republican nominee. Again, this is where you pick who you want your party to put forth in the fall. So very important. This is where it starts, folks. This is where you influence the system, making sure the right people get on the fall ballot so you have good choices. Also, there are elections that are for many other offices. For example, school boards have primaries. Lots of people running for school board. So, for example, a school board might have 8 positions or 9, and there might be 3 or 4 people who are up for re-election and 1 person who's retiring, and a bunch of people are trying to be the top vote getters to be on the fall election. So if you want good people on your school board to be your choices in the fall, you have to elect them now in the primary so they get on the ballot. Really important. School boards are critical. Boy, I tell you, it's unbelievable how hard they work, how great a good school board is if it's run really well, or how poisonous 1 or 2 school board members who don't understand the mission of school boards and the mission of educating and caring for children in a healthy and open-minded manner. You don't know how poisonous those people can be on a school board. It's unbelievable. Make your voice heard. Make sure you register or check your registration by May 3rd. And request a mail-in ballot right away. Do it this week. And then you can drop it off at a secure drop box or at your county election office. Very, very important stuff. Very important stuff. I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. So many of us did so much work last year to make sure there was a positive election result in many elections last November. So that's a big thing. That's a really, really big thing. I'm going to pick another song for us to listen to. I had one picked out, but I don't think it fits right now, so you'll excuse me. As they used to say on Coffee Talk on Saturday Night Live, talk amongst yourselves. Here's a topic. Quantum physics. Will it resolve itself in the integrated string theory? Go ahead. Oh, every time I think I understand one more little bit about quantum physics. Oh, I realize never going to get there. Summer cruise, capital city, riding with RTC on a slow ride with my baby. Got Gil Scott Heron on, yeah. This summer evening, well, it sits so pretty. Nothing could go wrong. Man, this city shines like a ruby, yeah. Climb in the back and ride along. Oh, peace comes to the city, shining like a star. And the dreamers flying in my car. Riding through Cooney on the high side. Let's head up to Trinity Ridge. Watch the sun slide down on you blind. Dream about the lives we will live. We'll break the chains that freeze our minds. We'll learn about that great big love, yeah. Swear we'll be there for each other. Call my name and I will run. Oh, peace comes to the city, shining like a star. And the dreamers flying in my car. like a chariot on fire, for the lost, the fools, and the holy, and the dreamers flying in my car. Yeah, Peace comes to the city. A song about hanging out and seeing those you love and hang out with in summer evenings. I wrote that in 2016 about the capital city of Connecticut, Hartford, hanging out on Trinity Ridge near Trinity College. And after a long day of working in the summer, whatever you were doing, we would all meet up on Trinity Ridge and figure out how we could hang out for a couple hours, maybe get some cars and chill out and drive around. And, friends, neighbors, cousins, just, coworkers. Just nice, wonderful, wonderful memories. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Peace comes to the city. It is almost time to move on here. We've got one more song. I wanted to highlight another thing about that election real quickly, if I can have your attention. In addition to those running for to be the nominees for the fall for their parties, there are actually some primary ballot questions that are live, that are real. These are not what's going to happen in the fall. In Pennsylvania, there are primary election ballot questions that they have snuck onto this off-cycle election where very few people vote. You have to go out in Pennsylvania. You have to go out in Pennsylvania and vote on these 3 ballot questions. Here's why. There are 3 ballot questions. Ballot question 1 seeks to remove the governor's powers to act quickly during a crisis. This is a political move by the Pennsylvania Republican Party, who is the only party, a state party in the nation, that doesn't think a governor should be in charge during a crisis. The governor is the elected executive of the state government. The executive, he or she is in charge. That's why the people elected that person. So ballot question has to be no. If you vote no, that means the governor will still be able to act quickly with all state departments to respond to a crisis as long as that crisis lasts. So vote no on ballot question 1. Ballot question 2, it's the exact same question, except the Republicans said, okay, if the crisis lasts longer than 3 weeks, the governor should lose his or her power to manage the crisis. Well, no. The COVID pandemic around the world has been going on for over a year. So it lasts longer than 3 weeks, and you're going to hand it to a bunch of local politicians from local towns around Pennsylvania who have no experience running an executive government the size of Pennsylvania to try and make decisions by committee during the crisis. Oh my God, you cannot make this stuff up, how inane these questions are. Ballot question 2 must also be answered no. No, if you vote no, that means the governor will still be able to continue to respond to manage the crisis, even if it lasts longer than 3 weeks. You keep the executive you voted in charge to stay in charge. Unbelievable. So ballot question 1, pick no. Ballot question 2, pick no. Ballot question 3 is a positive one, and it says that the Pennsylvania Constitution should be updated to include equal rights protections based on race or ethnicity. It is amazing that that's not fully guaranteed in state law at this time. So you have to pick yes for this. Pick yes. Every citizen in Pennsylvania should have equal rights protection. They should not be discriminated against based upon their race, their ethnicity, where they live, their sexual orientation, their gender, anything. So question 3 should be yes, our Constitution should be updated to include equal rights protections. And hopefully at the federal level, they're also going to just do that. I mean, it's amazing that's even a question. Unbelievable. So there it is. That's very important, folks. Very, very important. That might be the biggest reason to go out and vote in this off-cycle election. And you really got to, because it's off-cycle and there's not a lot of noise about it, and the Republicans are trying to do something really sneaky here. You have really got to tell everyone you know, get them to the polls. Get them to the polls. This is serious business. Oh my. So amazing to have to talk about this stuff. But evil flourishes when good people do nothing. So we do not want evil to flourish in this state. Pennsylvania is moving forward into the modern world, and we are going to get rid of the gerrymandering, and we are going to get rid of all the voter suppression that's going on in this state. It's going to happen. It's going to take a while, but only people that respect people and want people to vote, to tell them whether or not they like them or not. Let them vote. Let everyone vote. If you got a good case to make a good case and they'll vote for you. That's what I say. Don't steal their vote with gerrymandering. Don't steal their vote by blocking their access to the polls. If your ideas are that bad and you're that afraid that they are going to vote against you, you don't belong in politics, period. That's my public service announcement and editorial for this week. That's what's great about being really, really old. You get to speak your mind. You get to speak your mind and tell everyone to vote and tell everyone to continue to love the Constitution of the United States and continue to make it better every single day for every single person. Okay. That is, let's get out of here. This has been 3+ songs for Prometheus every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Hey, this is like our 56th consecutive weekly episode. We started at the beginning of the pandemic as a way to put positive energy and some original music and some public service announcements out there during the initial chaos and horrible death and infection numbers. And we kept it going because this has gone on so long. We're still not above 50% vaccinated. We have rising infection rates. It's just. So let's all light a candle instead of cursing the darkness. Let's all try to stay positive. That's what we're trying to do here. I'll pick another going away song for us. And let me see. Yeah, let's do this one. I've as I announced on Facebook, I received my second vaccination last week. So, middle of April. So it's been 15 months since the pandemic started here. It took to get vaccinated, so I'm very fortunate to still be around. I was very conservative and really, really took this virus seriously. And I hope you and yours are doing the same as well. I'm looking forward to safely returning to public. So you'll see me doing some very limited public music performance outdoors in safely spaced distances. with establishments that support social distancing and masking, and encourage people to have the vaccination. So I'll start that soon, not too soon. Looking forward to getting out again. But I hope, I hope you're well. Get the vaccine. Get to the polls. Let's do this. It's in the shift of the wind, in the lowing of the light, in the first hint of feeling restless where change does abide. It's in the first mighty geese flying north, in a bed of ferns crackling to life. When your heart learns it can't live alone, you know it is time. So take that step, small and unsteady. Take that breath, one at a time. Hold the now in the palm of your hand, sacred and wild. Steady your heart, steady your gaze, steady ahead, there's only today. Time and love, the great healers are coming your way. Coming your way. Coming your way. This is the day you will find what was stolen. The day you reclaim your role. It's the day the ice breaks on the great river. Soon love will flow. So take that step, small and unsteady. Take that breath, one at a time. Hold the now in the palm of your hand, sacred and wild. Steady your heart, steady your gaze, steady ahead, there's only today. Time and love, the great healers, they are coming your way. Coming your way. Coming your way. Coming your way. Ringing the last out of that chord. B minor 11, I think. Hey, this has been 3+ songs for Prometheus, our 56th consecutive weekly episode. I think 56. I'll check the counter on that. You and yours, be safe, be well, be kind, be positive. Please register to vote for the May 18th primary by May 3rd, or check your registration by May 3rd and check your polling place. Sometimes they change because of COVID. Make sure you know what to do there. If you're applying for mail-in ballot, you have to do it by May 3rd in Pennsylvania, but I would do it right now, and don't mail it back. Walk it into a secure Dropbox or into the county election office. Important stuff to do, okay? It is great to see all of you. Have an awesome week, everyone. Thank you for listening. Please give the thumbs up to like the video, and please subscribe to my channel over there. It's very important. These numbers go a long way to numbers that allow me to have more capability, then I can do more things for you and provide more things for you. And just give me a shout out too. Any questions you have or anything you need, give me a holler. We'll chat. Be well, everybody.